Today I'm bringing you 3 more names of hotels involved in the housing of Syrian refugees. Now, the government and the hotels, they won't tell you where these hotels are. But at The Rebel, we are committed to bringing Canadian consumers the truth. One of Justin Trudeau's first promises as Prime Minister was to vow to bring in 25,000 and then 50,000 Syrian refugees in just a few short months. But Justin Trudeau, he's more of a preener and less of a thinker, sort of like a peacock that fans his feathers but into oncoming traffic. The refugees had to be housed in Canadian hotels and didn't go well for the refugees, for the hotel guests, or for the hotels. The kids were neglected, housekeeping staff was sexually harassed, Bibles were vandalized in the rooms. You get the idea. Now you can see all of our exclusive coverage of that behavior and the supporting documents at refugeeinvestigation.com. But people wanted to know even more. They were emailing me, asking me to find out which hotels were involved in all of this. So I did. I've already told you about the Holiday Inn Express in London, Ontario, the Econo Lodge in London, Ontario, the London Executive Suites, now known as the London Extended Stay, as well as the Kitchener-Howard Johnson and the Ottawa Travel Lodge. Today, I've got 3 more hotels to tell you about, and one of these hotels was just so slammed with bad reviews, there is really no way to put them all in one video. It's an enormous amount of bad reviews. The first hotel on our list is the Windsor Travel Lodge, now known as the Windsor Holiday Inn Express. I went through their TripAdvisor reviews from the time that I know the refugees were staying there, and I didn't find anything refugee related. So either that's great because it means the refugees are behaving themselves, or it's really bad because, as we discovered earlier, TripAdvisor is censoring the reviews of the refugee hotels and they are completely admitting to it. Now, the next hotel on our list is the Studio 6 in Toronto. I went through all of their 1- and 2-star TripAdvisor reviews, and again, I didn't find anything bad that was refugee related. So again, maybe the refugees are behaving themselves, which is something that I really want to hear. Or maybe the hotels were really great at managing the influx of refugees. Again, that is something I really want to hear. Or maybe TripAdvisor is censoring the reviews. Again, I'd like to know that. But I can't say the same for the next hotel. That hotel is the Toronto Plaza Hotel. There are so many refugee-related complaints at that hotel that it was hard to get through them all, and there's just no way that I can show them all to you in one video. If you want to see for yourself, go to TripAdvisor, highlight the 1- and 2-star reviews, and just start reading, because holy moly, based on these TripAdvisor reviews, this hotel was a complete and total madhouse. Let's go through just some of these reviews together. Becky writes, "The other half of the hotel doubles as a refugee camp for immigrants. People hanging out in the halls and lobby everywhere." Tam Carr writes, "Lounge isn't really a lounge, as the refugee children that are also living at the hotel were allowed to run in and out. Nothing against refugees coming to Canada, but the hotel neglected to advertise that half the hotel is a hostel to refugees." Farley says, "I checked and was told that this hotel has been used as Syrian refugee housing, but as of May, the hotel was back to normal function. So not the case. Arrived in the lobby to refugees is hanging out in the lobby and at the doorways, young kids riding bikes. Through the hall, I asked the desk clerk what the story was. He said 6 families remained. No way unless their families are over 10 persons each." Lumpy from Kitchener says, "Next, we were told that the hotel was being used for Syrian refugees. My husband had to go out in the hallway asking the children to stop screaming and running up and down the hallways." Someday writes, "No one told us about the hundreds of refugees in this place. Children were playing, screaming in the halls well past 11 p.m. Crystal W. also writes, "Got no sleep, as it is a base for the refugees. A lot of noise until early morning. Cannot believe we paid to stay here." Nancy from Barrie complains, "The place was crowded with 400 to 500 refugees, many lingering in the lobbies and halls." Doug from London says, the hotel is being used to house Syrian refugees. The lobby is full of people hanging out, kids running up and down the hall. I would not book here as long as they are housing over 400 refugees. Really, I could go on and on and on about the Toronto Plaza Hotel, but I think you get the gist. Customers wanted to know what they were walking into before they got to the hotel. Let me reiterate. The last thing I want to do is ruin somebody's business, especially in this Trudeau economy. And it has been my experience going through all the emails that the hotels were sending to the government complaining about the behavior of the refugees that hotel management teams were very, very concerned about their guests and their staff. And again, I sent emails to the Plaza and the Studio 6 and Holiday Inn Express. I asked where the policy came from to not tell other guests about the refugees when they were booking or checking in, and I still have no answers. If I ever do get answers, I'll share them with you, I promise. I just want Canadian consumers to have all the information before they put their family in a hotel for the night. Stay there if you want, or don't. It doesn't really matter to me as long as you have all the information to make the right, best choice for you. You won't get that information from the federal government. The hotels aren't giving it up either. But at The Rebel, we will. Stay tuned. More hotels in my next video. For TheRebel.media, I'm Sheila Gunn Reid. To see the behavior of some of Justin Trudeau's Syrian refugees in Canadian hotels and to view the supporting federal government access to information documents, go to refugeeinvestigation.com.